Welcome back, everyone.
This is episode 25 of
Witches,
Legends, and Ghosts. Oh my. My name is Hunter.
I am Jade.
And we are friends, and this is our podcast.
And we hope you enjoy.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to say?
The theme?
Oh, yes.
It's not one. Really.
No.
At all. Like, we tried to have one, but then we both, the original one was smiling and there wasn't as much as I thought there was going to be for that.
No. But I had something that before we even, actually, solidified any ideas about, how we were going to record and stuff, I found this really cool, story. I don't know how this article came up, but I thought it was cool. And so then I just, was going to cover this in one of our, other themes. Because it takes place in Tennessee, so I was going to do it for our Tennessee episode. But we couldn't find anything for smiling, so I thought, well, maybe I could cover this, and then Jade could find something based off of, a word, basically, that is used. So, did we decide on, mountain or something?
I think technically. But mine is not really about a mountain. It's about in between a couple of mountains.
Yeah, but still. We did that for, some other things, too.
We have.
So.
Tickling.
It's just, yes, tickling.
Mine was definitely. You get tickled sometimes, and that was it.
And that was it. But it still is in the story, and that is all that matters.
Yes.
Basically. So I don't know who is going first.
Me.
Jade is going first. So Jade will tell you her story about mountain in between mountains.
Yes. So I am talking about Lake Baikal.
Lake Baikal. How is that spelled?
Baikal.
Baikal. Okay.
So it is located in the Russian region of Siberia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So actually, before I begin, I found this from a TikTok, actually. Oh. The other morning, I just, showed up on my For You page, and I was like, this is so cool. I saved it. I was like, maybe I can, talk about this at some point. And then it was, the same day, and I was like, okay, well.
Okay, perfect.
This is it.
Just as it was meant to be.
So, Lake Baikal is the largest lake by volume. The oldest
in the world?
Lake, yeah.
Oh, shit.
The oldest lake,
least
25 million years old, if not older.
There is some shit in there.
And it's the... Are you ready for this part? It's the deepest freshwater lake.
Gotta save my legs. For everybody who's not watching, I just had to sit on my feet, because my feet hanging off the chair makes me feel like I'm vulnerable for something to attack.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And so it's almost a mile deep.
I'm gagging at the thought.
We don't get too much more into that.
Okay, good.
Well.
Anyways.
Kind of. So it's located in what is called a rift zone. So there are other rifts in the world, most notably the Icelandic rift, where you can actually see it. It's separating. It's two tectonic plates are separating, and it's causing a rift in between. They're diverging tectonic plates, essentially. So you're
talking about the water? You can see it?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you remember from 7th grade science talking about tectonic plates and geology and stuff?
Nothing?
What
do I remember? I remember that there are tectonic plates.
Okay.
And that sometimes they could grind up against each other, fold down, fold up, or one folds down or something like that.
Or they separate.
Yeah.
And that's what the rifts are.
Oh, is when they separate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, the Siberian tectonic plate and the Amurian or North China tectonic plate, they are shifting away from each other. And at one point, they shifted so much that a body of water formed between them. And that's what this lake is.
Oh.
So, they are surrounded by mountains, because there were mountains first, and then it diverged.
Oh, okay.
And so this rift zone is actually the largest one on the planet. And it's essentially just a crack in the Earth's crust. And as the crack gets deeper, it gets narrower and narrower and narrower.
I don't like that. That's much worse than just like a mile long lake that's swoopy like this.
Oh,
then
no.
like
No, it's very,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't like that. It's like sinkhole. It reminds me of sinkholes, which are messed up, dude.
You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say.
Great.
Okay, so this rift is still shifting, and it causes 20,000 tremors, which are like mini earthquakes, every year. And it also means
20,000.
20,000. Sorry, 2,000.
Still
2,000.
2,000 is a lot.
Yeah.
Even if they're small.
And then it also means that this lake gets wider by 1/2 inch every year.
Dude, I don't like that. It's gonna start taking the land. Like literally, it's like eating away at the land.
And
like,
oh god, you're really not gonna like this one. I'm so
It's fine. My feet
sorry.
are protected under me. My feet are
so
protected.
there's not like an actual solid bottom. Like there's not like bedrock, right? It's like more of a cushion of sediments that's been depositing into it for millions and millions and millions of years. This sediment that's been layering for millions of years, the sediment itself is 4.5 miles deep of just like cushiony.
I can't explain.
And then just
to you,
a mile of just water on top of it.
I can't explain to you how bad that makes my body feel.
Uncomfortable. Like I want to like crawl in on myself.
Yes, I want to be covered.
Yeah.
I feel unsafe and unwell.
Yeah.
So, because it's not like if we were to like step on it,
we would sink for sure.
Dude, I literally cannot.
Like, have you ever been in a lake, like a normal lake, and you like are walking, and all of a sudden it stops being sand, and it turns more into like that kind of clay?
I'm like actually kind of freaking out.
Sorry,
I don't know what.
Do you not like the? Have you never stepped in that stuff before?
I hate stepping in it.
Well, yes, but I'm assuming that's what that's like. That's what it would be like.
It's like really making me panic because then like there's probably things living in there. There's probably things that can survive in that.
Yeah, probably. I don't think they've ever gotten to the bottom of it to like actually see.
Oh, cute.
But there are some. Okay, we're gonna get there. Hang on. Okay. So, this sediment and stuff act sort of like bogs would in like on land, but like in the lake, which releases lots of methane gas. So this lake itself actually contains a lot of methane, and if it were to like fully unfreeze one day and everything were like the world would go to shit.
But I'm sorry.
Because there's so much methane, and that's a greenhouse gas, that if it were to be released into the air,
it's not being released.
So sometimes, I mean, it freezes and then doesn't freeze, but like all of the stuff at the bottom. I mean, like all of that stuff. Like if that were to be released, that would be a.
Do we know what would have to happen for that to be released? Like, how would that happen?
I'm sure people know. I didn't look at that though.
I don't want to know. I don't want this to happen.
No, it probably won't.
So it's frozen. Like the lake.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Some parts are always frozen. Some parts.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I'm actually what I'm about to get into is that the temperatures change so rapidly that sometimes within a day the ice can like almost completely melt and then like refreeze overnight.
That's crazy.
Like yeah.
It's like Michigan.
This next one? Okay, but actually before I get into this next part, I'm going to show you some pictures of like a satellite image of the size. Oh,
it's oddly shaped.
Yes. A rift. It's like a crack. Think of it. It's like separating. Yeah. And then here are some of the parts. So pretty. I don't know why it's showing up so badly on here, but.
Oh, it's like, ew, I don't like that. It's like Frozen-esque.
Yeah, the like, colors and stuff. It's known as having like a turquoise color to it, and super like clear.
Alaskan.
Like so clear that in this video there's like one part where it's just like the actual rip. I don't even know how to explain it actually, but basically they put their phone into it so you can like see into the water, and it's so dark, and it made me queasy just like watching it. I had to stop watching.
I don't like you describing it, but I also want you to find the video.
Oh, I have it. I'll show it to you.
Can you show me right now?
Right now? Yeah.
We just got back from Jade showing me this really dark video of the lake. It's just a dark lake. Like, the video is not dark, but, well, and color.
Yes.
I don't like it.
No.
The consensus is that neither of us like it.
No, it's very deep.
It's gorgeous.
It is. So, this lake is so unique, with all of like the weird phenomena that happen with it. It also has over 2,000 species of flora and fauna, known flora and fauna, with almost half of them only existing in this lake.
What?
So, for example, there is the Nerpa, or Baikal seal, which is the only exclusively freshwater seal species in the world. And you want to know how many live in this lake?
Ew, no.
100,000 of just these seals. Do you want to see that?
I don't like that. I'm picturing like swarming, like they can't even fucking swim. There's so many of them.
No, the lake is huge. The lake is huge, Hunter. Like,
I know, but still, I don't like it. Oh, they're so fluffy.
They're so cute. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. They have theories as to why there are so many unique like plants and animals in this lake, and it's because this is one of the only freshwater lakes to have hydrothermal vents that come straight from the Earth's like mantle and like that kind of stuff. Usually they're only in the ocean, so usually only ocean like animals would get this. So this is one of the only freshwater lakes, the only freshwater lake this big to have it.
Deep, or just because of the way it was formed?
Probably a mix of both, honestly.
Okay, cool. Because
I mean, it's deep because of how it formed, so I guess it all goes back to that.
Yeah.
But yes, so because of that, with these hydrothermal vents, it brings in rich minerals from deep within the earth that normally wouldn't get like direct contact with freshwater stuff.
Right.
And because of that, it makes the oxygen levels go higher, which then helps microorganisms filter the water to make it more pure, and then helps wildlife flourish. So it's just like one big, nice little, ecosystem. Like you could for sure go inside of that and drink the water and not be worried about being contaminated because it's so fresh. Now we're going to get into the different formations. Oh. Okay. Of random things, the random phenomena that happen at this lake. So, in the video, I accidentally showed you one before we got there, before we're here on the podcast. But essentially, these things called Zen stones form. Okay. So Zen stones are rocks that balance on a tiny little pedestal of ice. They're called the Baikal Zen Formation. So I'm going to show you what they look like before I explain what they think causes it. It's crazy, dude.
So it's ice.
Yeah, that's ice, and then that's just a random rock.
What? That last one's freaky.
Dude, it's crazy.
It looks like I don't know how to describe what it looks like. I mean, it's a rock.
It's literally a rock that's balancing on like less than an inch of ice. Yeah. And then it's like a dip around the ice.
But the ice looks like just water. It doesn't look like
ice. It's because it's so clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So the general consensus for it is that the rock will like trap heat from the sun, you know, and it melts the ice underneath it until the part that's never seeing the sun doesn't, and then it melts everything around it, and then everything under the rock that melted like refreezes overnight, and then it just kind of like stays like that.
That's crazy.
And then they think that wind also helps with this, like whipping the water away as it's melting and stuff like that. There are some French physicists that think that there's a better explanation for this. Instead of like trapping the sun, they think it has to do with sublimation. Do you know what that is?
I forgot.
It is when something goes from a solid phase to a gas phase while completely like skipping the liquid phase. So they think that's what happens, and it just goes from a solid immediately to a gas and just leaves it like that.
I like it.
The next thing I'm going to tell you about are the methane bubbles. So this is why I talked so much about methane before, is because there are methane bubbles that are trapped within the ice of the lake. So
that doesn't even look real. Like, it looks like jellyfish.
I know it does.
Oh my gosh, no.
Isn't that so cool?
Because the whole thing is ice. Because it almost looks like it's a lake.
Yeah.
And the white are ice in it, but because the water's so clear, it Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I also don't like that.
Yeah. So another thing is that what happens is not only like the bog-like thing at the bottom of the lake, but also any other plants or animals living on like the side of the lake or whatever, when they decay, when things decay, they release methane. Okay. So it releases these gas bubbles, and then it just happens to get trapped within the ice. And then it looks like that.
It looks really pretty, but also, like, gross to me.
Yeah. They also freeze in layers on top of each other, which I think I showed you a couple of these. Yeah. Like, they look like shelves. It looks like you know, it looks like some sort of, like, someone's modern take on, like, something really, I don't know, like in Sims.
Like, it looks like it could be a table, you know?
Yeah.
Like a fancy, modern
Yes,
table.
Exactly. They can get up to 5 feet deep. Like, just like one, like, layer. One thing, one bubble.
Oh.
Can be 5 feet deep.
That's a big bubble.
Yeah. And they can only be seen certain times of the year. So usually it starts around, like, end of November to middle of January. Okay. And then, like, the really big, like, layering ones start to happen usually in a different area. It's not usually the same area.
Okay.
In a different area, usually from, like, February to March.
Okay. So, like, from November to March.
Basically, yeah. And then, do you want to know how much methane gas is being held within this lake?
As long as you give me, like, some parameters to know if it's a lot or not.
Oh, you'll know it's a lot.
Oh. How am I supposed to know that? I don't know anything about chemistry, anything about anything.
Oh, because of what so it's in cubic meters is what it's...
Okay. Cubic meters.
Mm-hmm. Can you pick cubic, picture like a cubic foot, right? But it's a little bigger because cubic meters are bigger than cubic. 1 trillion cubic meters.
See, but that doesn't mean anything to me.
What do you mean?
How much is already in the air right now?
That shouldn't matter. Think about the cubic meter of this apartment.
Yeah.
Okay, it's probably like a couple
hundred.
Yeah, but
it's methane. I don't know what's a lot of methane. A foot meter? So like a cubic meter is going to be way more methane.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what's a normal amount of methane? Yeah, I need a standard to base it off of.
It's just a lot. It's a shit ton.
It's actually
1 trillion is fucking ridiculous. 1 trillion.
Oh, 1 trillion tons?
No, 1 trillion cubic meters of methane gas is trapped within this lake. 1 trillion.
That sounds like it'd be a lot.
It is a lot! You're not reacting!
Because I don't know what it means!
Dude, that means if that were to be released, the world would literally end.
Well, yeah, I get that. Because you said that.
Right.
But it's like...
That's why I said... I don't know how to tell you what I don't know what the standard is. All I know is that 1 trillion is a big fucking number, and that's a big fucking number.
Well, I know that, like... The only reason why I know... Like, if you count, like, the sediment part of it, that would be, like, 5.5 meters or something. 5.5 miles.
Yeah.
That's, like, I know that's fucking deep for a lake, because my lake is, like, 80 feet deep.
Right.
So, like, I know that that's, like, scary amounts of deep.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, what
that's scary amounts of methane gas as well.
So, but I just want to know, like, I guess I just wish I knew how... Like, is it going to be released at any point? And what would need to be
it's possible, I'm sure.
For it to do that.
I'm sure it's possible. But I don't think, at least in our lifetime, it will.
Oh, good. Well, fuck everyone else then.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, yeah. I could look up the standard. I have no idea, but that is fucking crazy. And then, this is the part. Ice rings. Yay.
Ice rings.
So, I'm going to show you a satellite picture. You can't see them in this one. But, there are, like, it's pointing, there's, like, a darker part here, darker parts here.
Oh,
This is what it looks like when you zoom in. Okay?
Okay.
But, okay. Okay. Based on the picture, and like this, how big do you think the diameter of this thing is?
I literally couldn't even tell you. Probably, I would guess, like looking at those pictures, it looks small. Mm-hmm. Like, it looks really small, honestly.
Yes.
Like it could fit in this apartment.
Yeah. It's 3 to 4 miles long.
What is it?
The diameter. So they don't know.
What? They don't know what it is?
They don't.
It is just like the corn things on the, what are they called? On the corn from Aliens. What are those called?
Crop circles.
It's just like a crop circle.
Yeah. Dude.
Wait. Crop circles, but on ice. That's what it is.
There was a section that was like talking about like UFO stuff, but I just like didn't put that in here because I didn't find it necessary because it wasn't as cool as the rest of it. But I feel like I should have now.
Crop ice. Wait, ice circles.
Yes, that's what they're. Ice rings, ice circles, yeah.
Okay.
So
aliens.
They're about 3 to 4 miles in diameter.
That's
I know they don't
insane.
look like it when you see satellite pictures.
At all.
And so what scientists think is that it's like some sort of convection in the lake that's shaped like a column, and that it like has convection is like the way.
Yeah.
Okay. And that maybe there's like an eddy in the water, which means that I don't really know what an eddy is. It's like a different density / temperature of water that just kind of goes through other water. So they think that it's that, but it like formed a circle, and so it's like 1 to 2 degrees Celsius warmer than the stuff around it. Right. So it could like melt through the ice and then just get like trapped in. So it's like in a perfect circle. In a perfect circle.
Geometry.
Yeah. But they don't know why the eddies are there though. To form that to begin with. They also thought that it could be more methane, but they've tested it and it's not.
Oh.
So they know for sure it's not. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff about UFOs and whatnot that I just didn't. But yeah, it's so gorgeous. The water is so turquoise and clear, and like oh my god, I'm gonna have to show you more pictures.
It's hard though, because like when you look at like tropical places, you can see the bottom, so you can see just how like blue it is. But this is so deep that it looks so dark, except for like the little top sections.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah,
especially because it is so clear, you can see through the ice, like to underneath. Like usually on a lake, it like freezes in such a way that it like
you can't see.
It's like opaque almost. Yeah. But for some reason, this is just so clear. You can like see to the underneath part.
Lakes are not clear like fucking at all.
Yeah. But this is because it's so deep. That makes sense because all the sediment can't work its way up to make it cloudy because it's so fucking deep.
That's fair.
So that's Lake Baikal.
I don't really like it if I'm being...
Oh, I want to go there. Also, they literally have like marathons on it. So
no.
And like...
I'd be freaked the fuck
And people
out.
like drive on it and stuff because it's so thick.
I don't like it. Why would you tempt fate like that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I get it. It's like probably the whole thing. It'd be like, whatever, a quarter of a mile thick of ice, but still, I don't like the thought.
No.
I can't even stand, like, people who walk on, like, lakes and stuff. Like, that ice is so, like, people die.
Yeah.
And they're driving cars on it.
And having marathons on it, like lots and lots of people.
And having literally people are slipping, right? People are slipping.
They probably have like very specific shoes for it.
Still.
People are falling on their asses.
Also, can you imagine if it's like shoes with like spikes in it? How awful would it be to fucking
cleats,
run?
Like you're running. Oh.
Yes. Like imagine how much effort.
Wow.
It'd be like trying to run through like
sand.
foot. Yeah, sand or like foot of snow. Like just disgusting. Me and my friend Bella went on a hike one time in the winter, fucking dead of winter. And we were all like bundled up. We went to a campground and walked. And when I tell you, it's so much effort to just walk through snow.
It is.
Like, it wasn't even that deep of snow. Well, it was probably like a foot or half a foot of snow. But like, we were dying. We were all bundled up though because it's freezing.
Yeah.
We were like fucking dying. It was really pretty though. It was like along a lake. And we should go. I don't even remember where it fucking was. But as we were doing it, we were like, we should come back here when it's warm out so we can actually like see what it looks like.
Yeah.
When there's not snow everywhere and the lake is
Yeah.
frozen. There's actually other people.
What do you have for us?
I don't like that lake, just so you know.
Oh.
But now I feel like I can put my feet down because they don't need to be protected anymore.
Yeah, no. Unless yours talks about deep lakes.
I can stretch them out.
Okay, good.
Okay. So, I am going to be talking about native little people and the Pedro Mountain Mummy. And when I say little people, I mean like little people. Like a foot.
Oh.
So several native tribes that are from America have oral stories about little people. And I guess they're like similar to European tales of like fairies and like sprites.
Oh.
So the rates of tiny people were between like 20 to 36 inches in height.
Wow.
And they are part of the Shushan legends. I think it's pronounced Shushan. If it's not, I so apologize. Shoshan legends. And I guess they were like mean. The little race of tiny people were mean. They would attack the Shoshun and shoot like tiny, like, oh my fucking god.
Oh no. Oh no.
You know the movie Night at the Museum?
Uh-huh.
Those little guys. Those little guys that shoot the fucking tiny arrow. The one that hits him in the neck and he just like pulls it. It's like a toothpick. It's like a toothpick. That's like
Please,
them. Right. That's fucking like that.
That was
Dude.
You pulled that out of like the deepest depths of my brain. Like I truly how did you even get there? Oh my god.
That movie is so fucking good though. Night at the Museum is so underrated. Not the second one. The second one's really good.
I don't think I've ever seen the second one, but I love the first one.
It's so fucking funny. I'm gonna have to watch that now. Like, I'm gonna have to watch it today. I'm gonna force my sister to watch it with me.
Yeah,
it's so
I might
fucking
force
good.
Kyle to watch it.
Also, Owen Wilson, like.
Wow.
What is this in everybody, please? I can't even do it. You did it so well. How did you do it? I totally forgot that that's like a thing. Who else has a saying that they do? I think Matthew McConaughey has one, but I forgot what it is. What is it?
Oh my god, what is it?
Matthew, let me try and embody Matthew.
I have to look it up.
Matthew McConaughey. Don't tell me, I want to guess it.
I think I know it.
It's like, all right.
That's what I was okay. See, okay, I have this thing where if I think I'm wrong, I'm not going to say it until I confirm it, and so I don't say it out loud.
The perfectionist in you, got it. The anxiety. Cool.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. So, but that is what I was thinking.
I love that. They're actually kind of remind me of each other because they both have like the nose.
Like,
they're both just white. Anyway, so
they both sometimes have longer hair.
They do, and then, okay. They also have like sort of an accent,
but like not really. But like you're not sure.
But like only when they say their catchphrase.
Phrases.
Literally.
Wow.
I'm picturing him in every movie saying that. Like, I know for sure he says it.
Oh my god, I'm sure there's a compilation of him saying it.
Oh my god, yeah, there is.
We're gonna have to look that up after.
We're gonna have to. Also, when he plays Lightning McQueen in Cars, he fucking says that shit.
Ciao! I forgot that he was like...
Oh my god. Owen Wilson.
Oh my god.
So these people, these little people...
would shoot with their
tiny little arrows at them, but they were poison tipped.
Oh, so they're not as livable.
So, yeah. So people chalked these legends up to like folklore, except there was a mummified body of a little person discovered in Wyoming in 1932.
But couldn't it have just been?
I'll get into it.
Okay,
but. I'm gonna first explain with the Shoshan. I am not pronouncing it right. Let me look it up.
I think you might be.
Shoshone. Okay, so the Shoshone people.
That sounds
a native tribe.
I've heard that before.
They lived in what is now Wyoming and Idaho, although they began to spread into the Great Plains in the 1500s.
Okay.
The Shoshone often clashed with other native tribes, such as the Arapaho, Lakota, Blackfoot, and Crow.
Okay.
The Shoshone evolved from a nomadic group to one that actually had established villages and towns.
Oh.
And I guess the most well-known Shoshone in history was Sacagawea.
Stop.
Yeah. Right? I didn't
even know museum.
That. Everything goes back to Night of the Museum. So in Shoshone folklore, the little people were called I'm going to pronounce this wrong too. Nimerigar.
Okay.
Which is a name that translates to people eaters.
Wow.
Yum. The Nimerigar were fierce and aggressive. They would steal babies away in the night and eat them.
Oh, God.
They would need many of them to do that because they were so freaking tiny. 20 inches? That's like...
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so they're like 20 inches.
I thought it was 20 to 36.
20 to 36.
So, like,
so they would need, like, a
feet.
lot of them to steal a baby. They'd need at least, like, 5.
At least.
They were expert archers. Of course.
With the poison-tipped arrows.
Yes. Tiny little toothpicks. So there were stories also that the Nimerigar systematically killed members of their own tribe that were too old, sick, or hurt to be productive members of the society. And their form of euthanasia was...
jumping off of cliffs?
No, I was gonna bring that fucking up though, dude. They would bash in the people's skulls.
Oh, like they do if they don't die from jumping off of a cliff in Midsommar, if you don't know what we're talking about.
If you haven't seen Midsommar, actually, I, like, as fucked up as it is, like, I kind of like the way that they run their society. Just because, like...
I don't.
Well, it's like 0 to 18, you're a kid. So you don't do fucking shit.
That's true.
And then it's like 18 to 30, you work. And then from 30 to 40, or 30 to something, you don't do so much work, you do something else. And then from this point to, like, 75, you don't work. And then once you hit 75, you die. You don't just die, though. You die by suicide, kind of.
Yeah, you are.
Is it coerced? I don't know.
It for sure is, because if you wanted to leave at that point, to, like, go away, I guarantee they wouldn't let
I don't think anybody did want to leave, though. They were so far. By the time you're 75, because you're born into that shit, by the time you're 75, it's so normal. You're just like, eh.
It does. It, like, happens every year.
And also, I feel like, as not accepted as is in, like, our society, it's also, like, this is gonna be so controversial. It's also, like, beautiful in the way that, like, you don't have to deal with, like, when is my grandfather gonna die? What are they gonna die from? Like, getting cancer, getting illness, slowly, like, losing their mind, losing memories, not being able to walk, not being able to do this. Like, it's like, oh my God, I've lived such a successful life. I've gone through all the stages that I need to. From here on out, there's nothing for me to do, like, because I've basically, like, provided my purpose and I, like, fulfilled roles that, like I'm accepting that, like, okay, this is a good time to go before I start to decay, basically. Because that's, like, the thing I don't like about getting old is the decaying.
I know.
It freaks me the fuck out, dude. The fact that we, like, slowly, like, revert to, like, you know, like, in Harry Potter,
Stop.
Voldemort isn't in baby form in a train station.
Yep.
That's literally what I picture old people to be like. Like, I picture them to slowly, like, shrivel, decay, like a raisin, like Voldemort under the bench in the train station.
Ew.
So, but anyway, so that's my controversial opinion. And I know there's people out there who believe the same thing, though.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Not that I would actually want that to happen, but I wouldn't be opposed if I, like, grew up in that society. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Looking at it now, it's like, oh my God, that's so horrible. I could never do that. But, like, these people, it's, like, such a normal thing.
Right.
Anyways, yeah, so the Nimerigar would bash people's skulls in. But it's not just if they were too old, it was if they were sick or hurt.
So, like...
And they couldn't provide.
So, like, if you just...
If
you have a cold.
Yep.
You're not
recovered. People, they show up at your door.
You're not recovered within a day. You're gone.
Ding. Except for it's not like ding. In the movie, it's like this giant fucking... Anyways, if you haven't seen Midsommar...
It's really fucked.
It's really fucked, but also really good.
You should also see Hereditary.
You should also see Mother. If you haven't seen Mother, guess what? Jennifer Lawrence is in it. Everybody loves her.
You have to go in knowing...
No, don't go in knowing anything. Just watch it. So,
and then we'll talk about... Okay, go watch... Pause. Actually, no, pause. Go watch it.
Okay.
So what you have to know.
Yeah, what you have to know.
Now that you've watched
the movie, what you have to know.
They are based on like proverbs from the Bible. So the whole like it's like Cain and Abel. It's like she's supposed to be Mother Earth. Like it's all of the and then like the baby is supposed to be Jesus. And like now that I know that, I can watch it without feeling sick to my stomach.
Oh.
But still a little, except for that part.
I would like to skip that part.
Well, yeah, oh my god,
Dude.
Oh my god, the crack.
Dude. It's not even the crack. It's just everything fucking else. Oh my god. Her sitting there with her baby. And him just staring at her.
Until she falls asleep.
Her knowing he's gonna fuck something up when I fall asleep. But I can't do anything else.
Does it for like a second.
He won't let me out of the room. And he knows that she knows that.
Well, not just won't let her out of the room, that she doesn't want to leave the room because there's all of these random strangers in her house wanting to see her newborn child. Hundreds. You know, you've seen it.
You've seen it, you know. Yeah. So, like, the crowd of fucking people. And then, like, the house is broken down, so she can't... There's no stairs. I don't think they can go downstairs, right?
At that point, there were.
Oh, I thought the stairs were torn down, and it's just, like, a ledge.
And they're getting there to that point. Because they're trying to break things apart so that they can, like, have a piece of it. And, like... And then they pass the baby around.
Yeah, they just pass it around. Everybody wants to hold the baby.
And they're doing it really
Everybody
nicely.
wants the blood of Christ.
They're doing it very gently.
Everyone wants the bread or something. I don't know what that is.
It's his
Bible.
body.
Everybody wants his body to hold it with love and care.
And very gentle.
They're very gentle about it. It's a very domestic experience.
Nothing bad happens to the child.
It's like a commune, like a cute little community.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Loves it a lot. So much. You know, like when you like see something really cute and you just want to like squeeze it till it dies? It's like similar to that. That's how much they just love the baby. Jesus. So now that you know, and then like the ending when she like
comes back again.
Blows up the house and then comes back. Yeah.
And then it starts all over.
And then it starts. Wow, I need to watch that movie again.
Remember we forced Kyle to watch it? Kyle's my fiance, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Which you might at this point.
Yeah.
If you've been watching.
But yeah. It's a good movie. Everybody loves Jennifer Lawrence.
Which you know threw up after.
In the middle. No, she literally left in the middle.
It was after.
Oh, I thought she left in the middle of
it. Other people left in the middle of it. The people that were in front of us left.
The fact that I still can't get over it. I have never seen a fucking movie where people are like
so disgusted
by what's happening on screen that they had to leave the theater. They spent money to see this movie. It's Jennifer Lawrence. And they're like, that's fucked. I need to go.
And they left. I mean, there was the four of us, and then there were like two people in front of us. Those were the only people in the theater.
Yeah.
And they left after this child thing happened. There were about 10 minutes left, I think. Yeah. And then the end, and then she blows up, and like, and then he like takes her heart out, and then compresses it and makes it like a diamond.
Yep.
And then restarts everything, turns back time. Excuse me. And
so who knows how many times it's happened before.
And then we left, and then we went into the bathroom, and all of us were like, what the hell was that?
What the fuck did we just watch,
Ren just had to run straight to the bathroom.
She's like gagging.
Yeah.
It's so... If that didn't convince you...
I mean, you've already watched it.
You've already watched it. But
at this point.
But those of you who didn't, and you've just been like...
Confused.
You
should go watch it now.
You should go watch it. Oh, it's so good. Top 5 faves. So remember the fact that their form of euthanasia is that they bash in the skulls.
Okay.
Remember that. It's really important.
Okay. Got it.
Yes. So, like I said, the little tales of the Nimerigar, were believed to just be Shoshone folklore, until a discovery in 1932.
Oh.
Frank Carr and Cecile Maine, who were in the San Pedro Mountains. Here's the keyword.
Mountains.
Ding, 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 ding. Which is in Wyoming. They were looking for gold, and they stumbled upon, like, a cave that they thought, like, because they were looking for gold. So they found a cave, and they thought, oh my god, there's going to be so much gold here. So they used a dynamite to, like, break it open, I guess. And then when they did, that opened a previously unknown chamber in the cave. So, like, basically, like, a wall was covering it.
What?
And then inside of that, they found a mummified remains of a small human. And the body was in a squatting position and had an oddly shaped head. And the prospectors took the mummy to Casper, Wyoming, and gave it to scientists to, like, look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a picture that I meant to show you earlier of the little people.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why the man is holding a hand in this, but, like, look at the little people.
Wow. Huh.
I know, they're little spears.
They definitely look, like, shorter than
Small.
36 inches.
Yeah, no, they're, like literally, like,
inches
tiny.
is 3 feet.
They're not 3 feet. There's no...
36 inches is 3 feet.
20. Let's go with 20 feet.
Okay, that's almost 2 feet.
Still, this is
More than a
2
foot and a
feet.
half.
I don't know. Anyways, so they're small.
I don't know sizing.
They're
anything.
small. But here's the mummy.
Oh boy. Show me.
Oh, I'm trying to make
Show me, if you will.
Show me, Shoshone. So here it is. This is the mummy.
Oh.
The head is oddly shaped.
And
it's squatted.
That's for sure a mummy. That's not like a statue that they just like...
Yeah, it's like, it is a mummy.
Wow.
It is a living thing.
Was.
Yes. So tests were done. The tests were allegedly conducted by researchers at the American Museum of Natural History in New York, and allegedly, the results were certified as accurate by Harvard University's anthropology department.
Allegedly.
And yes, so the American Museum of Natural History in New York is the one who did, like, the tests, and they determined that the mummy was of a person who stood a little over 14 inches tall and lived around 1700s.
Wow.
An x-ray of the body showed that it was a fully formed adult male, approximately 65 years of age at the time of his death. The mummy had a full set of teeth, and the x-ray also revealed what appears to be remains of solid food in his stomach. The teeth of the mummy were pointed, and then the mummy showed signs of trauma, and particularly the skull had a forceful blow. So people are thinking that this is like a Nimerigar, because they would euthanize old people, and if he was 65 years old,
that's getting
that's
up there,
getting
especially
old,
in the 1700s.
especially in the 1700s. Surprised he even lived.
I was gonna say usually it's like 30s,
but also if this is a fantasy thing, then who knows how long those little guys lived. But yeah, 65 years old. That makes sense that maybe he was taken out. You know?
But he was in a squatting position.
Yeah. But he was also like, it almost seems like he was like
a coffin.
He wasn't in a coffin, but he was just like in a cave. So I wonder if they
well, I'm saying, what if they used that as like their burial?
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm wondering, like, maybe if they shaped them. Do you know what I mean? Like, put them in a position.
Yeah.
If it was like a thing with their beliefs or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he's like on his knees, and then his arms are just like in his lap, basically, and he's just like chilling
in front of him. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's also been reports that say that when the University of Wyoming examined the mummy, the body was just found to be a deceased child. So, New York and Harvard University apparently, like, allegedly certified and did these studies, and that's what they found. But then I guess the University of Wyoming said that, no, we think this is just a deceased child. So...
Well, what was their evidence that it was just a deceased
I don't know.
child?
I don't have it.
Because I know that you can tell whether it would be a child or an adult based on the growth plates and how opaque they are when you take x-rays of them.
Or the fact that he had a full set of teeth, allegedly.
Yeah.
But why would the American Museum of Natural History in New York and the Harvard University's anthropology department make that shit up?
Right.
Just, like, fully make it up.
Right. When was it examined?
I don't know, but I think it was, when was it found? It was found in 1932.
Okay.
So.
And has that been...
Well, we don't know because the mummy's gone. It can't be examined anymore.
What the fuck happened to it?
So, the mummy was found in 1932 by Carr in Maine.
Yep.
And it was turned into, like, a sideshow display. So, just, like, on display.
Cool. Like a circus.
Like a circus. Later, it was purchased by Ivan T. Goodman in Casper, Wyoming. And he was a store owner, and he kept it in a store window. And then when he died in 1950, the Pedro Mountain mummy went to a New Yorker named Leonard Walder.
Why was it not in, like, a museum or something?
After his death in 1980s, the mummy has never been seen and nobody knows where it is. It's been missing since the 1980s.
Because the thing is, listen, no hate to the 1930s people.
Dude.
Y'all's technology...
Y'all.
Non-existent.
Basically.
Compared to now.
Yeah.
So I, no offense, would trust our now
experiments
on it than the 1930s and their whatever confusing stuff that they did.
There's like pictures of x-rays.
Then they could actually do DNA now. Yeah.
I don't know what this shows me because I'm not a scientist.
Because you should be able to see like where the growth plates would be. It's either they're like opaque if they're no longer growing, or they're clear if they're not. It's something like that. They can tell how much more growing you have to do based on the like growth plate itself. So
I wonder if, but yeah, no, I don't know. I wish we still had
Dude, that sucks.
I know.
What if it never actually existed?
And they just made it up. They just created it. Mm-hmm. But then why would the 1930s people not know if it was fake? How could you create a fake person in the 1930s? They didn't have 3D printing.
That's true. That's true. But they also tried to convince people they were mermaids by just gluing, like, the end of a fish onto the body of, like, a monkey, so...
What? I'm sorry. No, you're gonna have to explain what that means.
Okay.
Who's they?
People.
People! Oh. Not the people.
The Fiji mermaid was an object composed of the torso of a juvenile monkey sewn to the back half of a fish. It was a common feature of sideshows where it was presented as the mummified body of a creature where it was supposedly half mammal, half fish, a version of a mermaid.
I'm sorry. Where did they get the monkey?
That's why I'm saying it would be really easy for them to just have something else mummified and just say that it's... Because they did that with a fish, and everyone believed that it was a mermaid at the time.
Yeah.
Until they were like, wait a second.
But this was, like, actually analyzed. That wasn't. I'm assuming the anthropology department of Harvard College and whatever wouldn't do testing on something that was just, like, somehow molded together.
It was Barnum.
Oh, I believe that.
That's what I'm saying, is that we can't fucking trust the 1930s.
When was that?
Around that time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I know. I want that to be real
people
because
didn't
what the
take
hell?
it, though. Like, Harvard didn't keep it. Mm-mm. Clearly somebody kept that. This one's gone.
No, yeah, someone...
Gone.
It was kept, and I think it's gone now because they realized it was made out of fucking paper mache and shit.
Well, how could you not just cut it open? Do a little...
Mm-hmm. Analyze it like a scientist would.
Like an X-ray?
Like how you should...
Like a scientist would. So that's what I had. That. Yep.
That's really cool. I've never heard of that before.
No, me either. I don't know. I don't even know how this thing came.
Yeah, where did you find it?
I was researching some of the themes that you showed, like the first couple ones, and I guess like in my searching for other things, that somehow like came up.
That's crazy.
I think I was looking. No, I don't know. I literally don't.
Huh. Well, that's really cool.
Yeah. That's it though. Cards.
Yay. Cards. I will go first because I have two, and I'm going to do the yin one first because that was the first one that I pulled.
Jade pulled from the astrology deck.
Yes. And so we have yin.
The yin card is really pretty. It has like a tree, and the colors are pink, blue, and like gray, and it has a pink moon and
like a grayish
gray
blue sun.
Mm-hmm. And a whole bunch of symbols of the different signs that are yin. These are yin signs.
Okay.
Because every sign is either yin or yang, and I know that I am yang because I'm sun.
I'm yin. Okay, so I'll read all of it.
Yep.
Yin is the energy of the divine feminine. One half of creation. This is the subterranean, subconscious realm of conception. Feelings and ideas are nurtured in this womb-like space with no pressure to do, only to be. Yin is patient and present, open and trusting. It's the unconfined, unspoken, unexpressed world of dreams and spirit. Here lie the roots beneath the tree, in the dark night that births day's light. It's where anything is possible. Being an inward ethereal force, it's linked to the elements of water and earth. As a result, all water and earth signs within the zodiac are considered yin. So this is Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio. Isn't yours Scorpio?
Yeah, the card that I pulled is Scorpio.
Capricorn and Pisces. Keep in mind that this is distilled femininity and makes no reference about physical sexes. Yin energy lives within both male and female bodies. Same with yang.
Yeah.
So the key words for energetics are femininity, spirituality, and receptivity. Experiences are going inward, being, trust, and patience. And there's only one shadow keyword for this, and that's passive, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And then the omen. Allow space for stillness. Release any pressure to perform or express. Travel inward. Nurture your private world. Go for a gentle walk in nature. Sit for a warm cup of tea or take an afternoon nap. Anything that supports you in deep presence with self. You don't need to look outside yourself for definition or validation. That's cute. Trust in this moment. Marinate in this magical space where anything is possible. As a long-term practice, consider your balance between yin and yang, your spiritual life and physical life. Both vital energies ebb and flow within, as two sides of creation. Do you feel a harmonious balance?
I like that a lot.
I like that a lot.
Because I've just now been doing, I feel like all I talk about is yoga. I've been doing yoga, and like, because yang is like physical, and then yin is like spiritual.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is opposite for me. I was and have been doing a lot more like yin, emotional, spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe not so emotional, but definitely spiritual.
Yeah.
And I'm just now doing more yang, which Leo is yang. So, but anyways, I've been pulling a lot of Leos, and so has Jade. The
like
Leo
a crazy
energy
amount
in March has been fucked up.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
I'm so surprised. I was fully expecting me to pull a Leo and you to pull a Leo.
Yeah, I know.
And if that happened, I would have just died.
Yeah.
Combust.
But maybe the Leo energies are over for now and we're moving on to a different energy.
Well, didn't you say the one was for April too?
Yeah, one of them.
Okay, well. But anyways, yes. So, do you relate to that at all? To yin, specifically?
Definitely. I feel like I've always related more to yin and, like, the feminine than yang and masculine and physical and stuff. I feel like I've definitely been more intuitive and, spiritual and stuff.
That sounds like you need to do more yang.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's all about balance.
I'm aware.
I feel like I've been really balanced, not to show off. But only lately.
Also.
Only lately. I pulled from the Moonology deck, and I got it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio.
And it's purple, which matches. This is kind of like a pinky. It's like the cooler tones.
Yeah, it is.
Stuff.
Cool tone. And also Scorpio is a. Anyways.
Yep, one of the yin.
If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, what? Oh, if you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Thank you.
So weird.
Okay.
Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all of your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now, if you make an effort. Use your magic. You have all you need inside you to bring about your desired result. Attune to the moon. Emote. It's all better out than in. I feel like that kind of talked about that.
Yeah.
Like, more emotional, talking about your emotions.
Yeah.
Be vulnerable. Additional meanings for this card are, it's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. I love that. You're right to have your suspicions. Grudges are toxic. Let something go. And the end of an argument.
Ooh.
The teaching is, the full moon in Scorpio has a sting in its tail. It can herald a vindicative end to a relationship. It can also be a time when we want to be good, but we're naughty. If you pull this card, no matter when, your dark side and your shadow self may be showing. The full moon in Scorpio is also a time of magic. If you are thinking of making some magic, this is your sign to do it.
I really like that.
Ooh.
I really, really, really strongly relate to that whole thing. Especially, mainly with, like, school and stuff, and, like, toxic.
Yeah. Just let something go.
Things. And, yeah, like, and I'm getting there. I'm so... Guys, I only have 8 classes left when we're recording this. Letting go of things.
Letting go.
Okay, and then the second one that I pulled is House 11, which has pink and a little bit of green and yellow.
It also has mountains. Hello.
That's a little strange. Okay, this house reflects your social and humanitarian concerns. If looked at from the perspective of a lifespan, it's the adult who steps outside themselves and operates as a part of a larger whole. More figuratively, it reflects your feelings around groups of people. Do you feel like an eccentric oddball, or do you feel accepted by the crowd? It holds your friends, community, and the connections that aren't necessarily intimate or emotional, but based on shared ideals. It's where you fit in. It's your wishes and objectives for the future of mankind. It's your environmental, political, and philanthropic viewpoints. This is where you become part of a team or movement. The natural home of forward-thinking Aquarius, dedicated to pushing humanity forward, this space is also linked to inventions and things that advance society. It's ruled by Uranus, which I like to say more than Uranus, but whatever.
Uranus is the correct pronunciation.
Kyle told me it's Uranus.
No, it's Uranus. All my astrology professors say it's scientifically pronounced Uranus.
Okay, good. It is ruled by Uranus for its progressive imaginings, as well as Saturn for its discipline around idealistic beliefs. That's crazy because, one, Kyle is in Aquarius, and I'm pretty sure that means he's ruled by Uranus, I think. But I am Capricorn, and that's ruled by Saturn. And that's in here, talking about discipline and idealistic beliefs. Mm-hmm. So the keywords for energetics are friends, wishes for the future, social and humanitarian beliefs, and like-minded groups. It's like us being friends with Haley Elizabeth. Girl, if you're out there, please. Anyway, we would be friends.
We would.
In a not parasocial way. Like, actually, I think we'd be friends. Okay. Experiences. Operating as a part of a larger whole. Connections based on shared ideals, and joining a team. And there is no shadow for this.
Ooh.
And here's the omen. Humans are meant to commune and collaborate. Yet, so often...
Collaborate?
Collaborate? Yet, so often, beings feel lonely, alien, and out of place.
Aliens.
Consider the person you have grown into. What are your current passions and interests? What are your philosophical, spiritual, or humanitarian beliefs? Has your tribe evolved with you, or are you feeling misplaced? Begin sharing the lens through which you see life. Reveal who you are. The universe is working to bring like-minded friends into your life, but you need to express your beautiful truth so kindred spirits can find you.
I would like friends.
I would like
more.
No, that's crazy. I really like that too, because I feel like what's crazy for us, in my opinion, is I think so I would start off as friends and then have a falling out and then became friends again. And then I feel like we were more roommates than friends for a little bit when we were at MSU. But then I feel like it kind of went away for a little bit. And then obviously the podcast has like forced us. But I think in general, I feel like our ideals and our interests have started aligning more than they have like 2 or 3 years ago or something. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's really cool. As we're getting older, it's like we're starting to merge more into like our common likes and interests and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's been nice.
And this is like one of them.
The accumulation of many.
Yes. The other interest we have is Nick Lachey. He's like our favorite.
No, Nick Lachey, who will Nick Lachey.
Ooh, hi, my name is Nick Lachey, and I want to shave you.
Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson had a variety show, and we watched.
And it was the greatest.
No, truly the greatest. Like actually, our kind of
10 minutes of awkwardness. Oh god.
10 seconds. It was 10 seconds. 10 seconds of awkwardness, and it was. Who was it?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the man. But he just stood there and was just like awkward.
Please watch the show.
And then it just cuts away, and then it goes on to the next thing, and that is just our humor. So you can find us on, we didn't do this last time, Instagram.
Facebook.
Reddit.
Tumblr.
YouTube.
Twitter.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Like,
subscribe, share. Haley, if you're listening.
Haley, if you're listening, we'll be friends. We'll be best friends.
Please.
And I think that's it.
I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.